welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Inuma, your certified abundant life coach, and I'm back again with another video. So today I'll be doing a continuation of the video that I did yesterday, which was on how I was able to overcome social anxiety. So today is going to be the part 2 of it. So yeah, yesterday I discussed, I gave about 5 points on what I have done in the past and what I'm still currently doing to be able to overcome social anxiety and, just social spaces and, places. But in today, I'm going to do another continuation and I'll be addressing like 4 points extra, 4 bonus points to, address the issue on social anxiety and what has helped me over the years. So here, my first point would be me to be able to overcome social anxiety is not being afraid to make mistakes. I tend to be a perfectionist, and in that sense, I try to want to make sure everything is perfect. I look good. The situation is the right place, right time, right everything. Everything has to be picture perfect before I could, venture out or step out of my comfort zone to do things. And, I just realized that that is not always going to be the case. Sometimes you just have to take the bull by the horn and just make it happen, or do the things that you need to do to be able to, step out boldly and achieve greater things in life. So yeah, just me being able to understand that it's okay to make mistakes. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to, try to fit into rooms where I don't feel like I'm a good fit. I don't have to try to force things or try to make things that are not, aligned, for me to happen. And I just started moving in that manner, in that mindset, and just doing the things that, I needed to do to make things happen for me. And, that has helped me, be able to overcome social anxiety and, the fear and the tension that comes with being in social spaces. Another point I have here is not caring so much about what others think or say or how they perceive me. I know that could be a little tricky because as a Christian, you want to be conscious of certain things and certain social norms and values and cultures. But, over time, I also have come to understand that certain things and certain societal norms or cultural values or norms have in a way tend to hinder us or tend to make us dim our light. And me being able to challenge certain situations, certain traditions, certain values and belief system, and just go out there and just shine, and not being so focused on how the world sees me, but being more focused on how my father sees me, how God sees me, and how I see myself and how I need to show up for myself. So me being able to turn down the voices, the outside noises, and just being able to push myself out there and do things that that scare me, do the hard things, has helped me over the years to overcome social anxiety. And it also draws me back to this verse in the Bible. I think that's Second Timothy chapter 1 verse 7, that talks about, for God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. So whenever I go back to that Bible verse, I kind of meditate on it, and it actually helps me put things more into perspective. And I'm realizing that, okay, whenever I feel scared, whenever I'm trying to shy away from certain social spaces or places, I'm able to ask myself, okay, go back to the Bible. What does God say? How am I showing up right now? How am I operating at this moment? And when I realize that, okay, it's fear speaking, it's fear that's trying to take a grip of me, I'm able to softly reorient myself back to the Word of God and what He says about me. And I speak life. I speak light into my life, and I just take on the moment and just do what I need to do. So me reflecting back on what God says, how God sees me, and not the way the world sees me, helps me overcome certain fears and anxieties I have about social settings. Also here, the next point I have is about reading, being a lifelong learner, constantly reading, constantly trying to evolve and develop myself, trying to become the woman that I want to become in life. I look at other people that I admire, like, certain role models in my life that I could, draw some strength from. I could learn a thing or two from their past experiences. I try to find out, how they have been able to overcome certain challenges and, issues that they've had in their life, and how they've, walked through this process and been able to come out, to be bolder and successful in a particular area in life. So when I study them and I look at their lives, it helps me, gain some insights and knowledge that I could as well apply in my own life to help me overcome, social anxieties and fear. Another point I have here is not overthinking stuff. So yes, as a woman, I tend to overthink, like many of us do. We constantly second guessing ourselves, overthinking things, trying to read so much meaning into things, and sometimes that's not always the case. Sometimes the way we're looking at things is not actually the way it actually is. So me being conscious of that and just knowing that, okay, it's okay, don't get over your head, don't get in your own way, step aside, we refrain from the negative thinking or overthinking patterns that I have, and just pushing myself to do those things that I need to do. So me being able to quit overthinking and just being mindful when I start to fall back into those negative patterns, has helped me to be able to bounce back and challenge myself more, to keep pushing and keep going, to step out there, to own the stage, flaws and all, and dance to my own rhythm. So yes, these are a few points that I have incorporated over the years, and I'm still working on to be able to help me overcome social settings. I hope you got something out from this video. It was great to have you guys join me today, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Hope you have a great one and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye bye.